butter pecan, mint chocolate chip, guano.
Can I do 2 scoops of guano with sprinkles on it? And we're back.
We are back again. We will continue to come back until my mom finds this podcast and we have to stop doing it.
Yeah, there will come a day when I don't know. Well, whatever. It's episode 12. Right?
11 that's been released, right?
Yeah, we'll have to eventually have to stop talking about that one.
The secret, the secret,
the lost tapes.
the lost episode. Yeah.
It probably isn't even that bad. It just looked like shit.
Yeah, well, you've upgraded some stuff since last time. So, hey guys, we're coming at you in crystal clear 4K.
4K.
The reason they call it 4K.
It's because it costs $4,000 to get the setup put together for it.
It's 4K. Did they have like 8K now, right?
Yeah, supposedly. I don't know what any of that means, man.
Isn't it like how many pixels?
Yeah, I think it's about how many pixels are in.
So like 1080p was like 1080.
Yeah.
And for like what, a square inch?
Yeah, I don't know. I think no, it wouldn't be a square inch. I think it's in like a normal resolution. Because like the bigger the screen, the fewer. I don't know. I think it's like for the normal resolution, which is why like something on a phone looks crisper than if you like blow that same thing up.
Right.
Like
It's
our reels looked fine on a phone, but looked like shit on the computer from last month.
Really?
Last show. Yeah, because I messed with some settings. Hopefully this will be better. Not to bore anybody with the details, but how's your week been, man?
I've had a pretty good week. Rough week at work. I wasn't feeling very good yesterday, but I'm bounced back, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you did some shows at the Comedy Catch this weekend?
Yeah, dude. Oh. Dude, Friday was like one of the hardest shows. It was just so hard. I'm not trying not to use the B word because there was other comics on the show with me.
Bomb?
Bad,
oh.
But it was hard, man. You had to fight for every snicker.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was hard. But then that was Friday night, both shows. But then Saturday night it was like almost a 180. It's like a 175 turnaround.
Yeah.
And that both shows went great on Saturday. And it's like, so Friday I was having like an existential crisis. Like,
that's the worst, man.
I drank my own Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I should have never even started this. But then after Saturday night I was like feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh yeah.
See, that's how it goes, man. The longer you do stand-up, the more you realize like you got to like have a short memory when it comes to bad sets.
Yeah,
and when it comes to good sets.
Yes, definitely. They're only as good as your last set, really.
You don't need to sniff your own farts too much. You don't need to like, dude. Here's.
But like, you also have to like believe in yourself. It's like a fine line that you have to walk.
My least favorite type of comic is the type of comic who, every time they have a bad set, they talk about quitting. My opinion is if you're thinking about quitting comedy. You should quit. You should quit. I mean, if it ever crosses your mind, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe you shouldn't. You know, you have to be the one to talk yourself into doing this because like so much of it sucks.
Yeah, for me, it's just always like I'm just embarrassing myself out here. Just like these people think I'm a fool.
Yeah,
and like not in the good, fun way. Like, oh, that
dude, it's crazy.
That guy's acting a fool.
It's crazy because the same crowd, like this, basically the same people, can hear you do the same jokes, but something about it is different.
Yeah, there's just something in the air, man. Yeah. You can tell, like you're sitting in the club waiting for the show to start, and like you always know it's going to be rough when the crowd is just silent.
Yeah.
There's just like hardly any noise, just the music playing. There's no crowd noise.
Yeah.
But then like if they're like really lively,
you're
like, oh, this is probably going to be good.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like the crowd just like watched a puppy drown.
Yeah, dude. And sometimes they for real like, oh, like I thought this was church.
Yeah, right.
It's like that kind of like stand up and shake somebody's hand, tell them you're happy to see them.
That was always my favorite part of church.
Yeah, you just like shaking people's hands.
Yeah, just shaking old ladies' hands, you know.
Hey, old lady, just
hey,
like
old lady,
don't like do the Trump.
Yeah,
dominate.
That would be fun.
I think it's funny at church, at least the churches I went to, like all the old ladies you called like Miss So and So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all going over to Miss Susan's house, and we're gonna put her new refrigerator in.
Yeah. She baked us all pies. then we got to get out because they're playing spades at her house later tonight.
And
the
then,
women's group is.
And then after that, we're having a men's breakfast in the morning.
Nothing church men loved more than a breakfast.
No women allowed.
Yeah.
This is a men's breakfast.
The men's breakfast is for men who have just given up on everything else in life.
I know we've talked about this before. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but like my dad was very involved with the men's breakfast at my church to the point that they thought my parents were thinking about going to another church sometime, and my dad was like, who's going to cook the gravy at the men's breakfast?
He's a selfless guy, man.
Yeah, no.
He's like, I'm willing to have subpar teaching.
People just like my dad's gravy, and it stroked his ego,
right.
I think.
That's what I mean, man.
I'm willing to be an apostate.
Yeah.
If people like my gravy enough.
Yeah. Oh man, but it's good. It's been a pretty good week. I went down to Atlanta on Friday night when you were at the Catch. I did a show at the Punchline.
For possibly the Sirius satellite radio?
Sirius XM, yeah. So I might be on the satellite airwaves.
That'll be exciting, man.
A couple times a month.
A couple times a month? What is it? What are they supposed to show it with?
What do you mean? It's just audio.
Yeah, but is it what I mean is is it in the rotation of all their stand-up?
Yeah.
Or is it on a special channel?
Well, there's different channels, and so they pick different jokes for different. There's only 4 channels though. There's
comedy related
comedy
channels,
stand-up,
comedy channels.
There's a clean channel. I tried to do mostly clean. I did everything clean except for 2 jokes.
Time for you to get that dry bar, buddy.
I know, yeah, but they'll hand dry bars out to anybody. You can be
careful, careful. Cut this.
Yeah, cut it. But no, you can be doing your first open mic as long as you don't say fuck. They'll give you a dry bar.
Who's that guy? You see, he's one of the dry bars, Crown Jewels. It's he's got face tattoos. You're
yes.
This guy. I'm surprised this guy's piss is clean, let alone his stand up.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He is people are oh, didn't so and so get famous off dry bar? I'm no one got famous off dry bar except that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty close. Yeah,
he did get. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Something.
But yeah, he has face neck tattoos, and then he's talking just the most wholesome stand up ever.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's born again or something.
Maybe so. Let me see what his name is so we can give him his credit.
He's not unfunny.
No, he's very funny.
But yeah, if anybody with dry bars watching, Andrew's a great clean comic. I'm not a very good clean comic.
Shane Smith.
Shane Smith.
See, I'm against stage names in most cases, but if your name is Shane Smith, you should have a stage name.
Dude, I was thinking about this today because I was actually listening to a clip from a Shane Gillis podcast, the Matt and Shane Secret Show or whatever.
Yeah.
Shane just does not sound... It doesn't sound tangibly real to me. Shane.
It sounds like you're trying to say shine.
Shane. It just sounds weird. I'm sorry. Shane.
Sean. It sounds like you're trying to say Sean, kind of.
What's that thing people are going to get? Quit saying Shane. What's that thing where people get upset about sounds?
Oh, I don't know.
Misophonia. Misophonia. Misophonia.
Alabama black snake.
Dude, that reminds me, actually. So I was on the phone with my girlfriend, Raina, this week, and I was making something to eat, and she was oh, that sounds good. And I didn't describe it to her. She didn't mean oh, the way you describe that meal sounds good. She meant the crunch, the sound of the food sounded good.
Oh, I thought you meant the way you said it.
I think it was a salad or something.
Yeah.
And she's that because I'm eating salads now. And she was oh, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. And I'm it sounds like a bunch of little sticks breaking.
Yeah, you could be eating glass and it sounds good.
Yeah. If there is anybody with misophonia, they're pretty upset.
Oh, misophonia.
Oh, misophonia.
So is that clip is just from Full Metal Jacket?
Well, originally yes, it's from Full Metal Jacket. Me
So Horny.
Yeah. But then I think the rap group was Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
like did like it with like that, in the
Remix.
song, yeah.
Me
But
so
it was
horny.
originally from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, when I first saw Full Metal Jacket, I was like, oh, from the song. This is from the song.
Dude, I saw Full Metal Jacket when I was like on a church trip
Yeah.
at like 14. Dude, the viewings, the movies that the teenage boys watched on this church trip were some bangers.
Really?
Yes, dude, some bangers. We didn't ask permission. We just
Yeah.
wait for the grown-ups to go to sleep. And that was the first time I saw Fight Club. It was the first time I saw Full Metal Jacket, and the first time I saw the Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
We were like sleeping in a gym
Don't hit
that
the
we were
opposite.
turning into a church.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting.
one of those like, we're going on a mission trip to West Virginia.
Dude, we went to different churches, I guess, because here's what we watched on our church trips every time.
What?
National Treasure.
National Treasure.
National Treasure every time.
Yeah, but did you have like a grown-up
Yes.
telling you what you could and couldn't watch?
Yeah, it would be on the bus.
We would like for real like wait because like it was like camping, like indoor camping. We all had sleeping bags, and we would like for real just wait till the grown-ups were asleep, and then watch a movie.
Yeah.
But dude, my youth group was a bunch of little hellions.
Dude, here's something that happened to me at a church camp one time. It wasn't even a church camp. It was like a Sunday school retreat. It was like just like the bros and like our Sunday school teacher.
The boys' breakfast.
Our Sunday school teacher had a boat. He's doing pretty well for himself. And
We wasn't getting that boat on a Sunday school teacher's salary.
Yeah, right. I think Sunday school teachers need to make more money, honestly.
Yeah. You know what ruined Sunday school teachers? The Sunday school teachers union.
Yeah. But anyway, he had a boat, and he was pulling us behind his boat on like an inner tube, and I got slung off it, and my swim trunks flew off
Oh no!
and sank to the bottom of the lake.
Why did you
And they're like, "Come on,
I can't.
get back in the boat."
I'll just stay in the water.
It's like, "No, someone throw me a towel." So literally, someone threw me a towel, and obviously it got soaking wet, and I like wrapped it around myself underwater and climbed in the boat, and just didn't have swim trunks the rest of the trip.
Just had to sit there in a wet towel that stuck to your legs and showed your girlish figure.
Yeah, that was probably 13. And
Dude, that's mad and that's awful.
Dude, 13-year-olds are so mean, dude.
Oh yeah.
One time, it's about the same time, two of my good friends took my phone and they changed my buddy Brandon's number for this girl I like's number. Did y'all ever do that?
Not that exactly, but yes.
And they were texting me, basically catfishing me. They were catfishing me is what they were doing. They're like, "I've always liked you." Like shit like that.
Dude, my friend Taylor, you met him. He filmed the Law and Order HOA sketch. He was like in love with this girl in middle school, and one day she was like, he like pined for her, and one day she like passed him a note in the hall, and he would get like so like whenever they would talk. You know, it's like really cute looking back, like, you know what I mean, just like a little kid, just like his heart would have butterflies. And she gave him a note, and like we all went to the same church. She gave him a note, and it was like, you know, "Taylor, I've just always had the biggest crush on you, and people say we shouldn't date, but I just think we really should." And this big long, but like, "You're such a special guy." And then at the end, ... April Fools.
Jesus Christ.
It was
Was
awful.
She was the one that wrote it?
Yeah, like her friends, like the other girls in our like youth group, put her up to it.
What a bitch.
I don't say that, but it was a harsh prank.
God
It
damn,
was
dude.
a harsh prank.
That's like his Joker moment, honestly.
Yeah, a similar thing happened to me, but I was like a couple of years later. They get like, a friend of mine was dating a girl, and the girls were a year older than us, and they gave me like a note, and it was like, "Oh, your best friend's girlfriend's best friend has a crush on you." It's like, "Oh, we could," you know, so it's like his girlfriend's friend
Yeah.
was supposedly had a crush on me, and like I was like, okay, and I was just like always so nervous, and like we went to like, I was in 4-H at the time, and we were like sitting next to each other in 4-H, and I like went to scoot next to her, and like a like a synchronized swim team. As I went to scoot next to her, she just immediately scooted the other way. And then like the problem was there was no April Fools on mine.
Yeah.
I thought this for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
And then it turns out, no, she didn't like me. In fact, I think she was disgusted by me. Yeah, dude, it'll fuck you up.
Yeah, dude, I don't miss that like that stage of life.
Dude,
at
kids
all.
are so mean to each other.
Yeah, yeah, no, for real. I think that like, you know, people there's no courtesy when it comes to like, you know, children dating. Basically, you know what I mean? Like everyone's very mean about it. You know, like,
Yeah.
especially when I went to a small school, there was like 70 kids, and like, you know, there's like so few people that everyone's like. It has a crush on everyone else. It was terrible.
For sure.
Terrible.
It's awful. And then it's just like, oh, you're like, oh, so-and-so like so-and-so. And you go, you're like, you know, the word spreads around and then like the word comes back to you. It's like, yeah, she threw up when she found out. She vomited in the girls' bathroom.
It's like that meme. It's like, what's the worst she could say? No. It's like, no, the worst she can say is you.
It's true.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like that kid and like you're that age and you're so sensitive.
Yeah.
It's
also
growing up is rough, man.
Yeah, I just finished reading The Body, which is about growing up. Was it Stand By Me?
Yeah, it's the novella that Stand By Me is based off of.
Yeah. Dude, that more than any other book, that book is just about Stephen King's childhood.
Yeah.
Because Stephen King even saw one of his friends get hit by a train, which is like the big part of the book is like they found a dead body.
That was hit by a train. Okay.
And so it's like, oh yeah, like the main character's a writer.
Yeah,
dude,
but that's like half.
That's
of
all
them.
of them. But like, the thing about the train is more like, oh yeah, this is just Stephen King talking about what it was like being a kid in like the 50s. It felt like the Sandlot, but without baseball. Did you like the Sandlot growing up?
Dude, there was a year that I feel like I probably watched the Sandlot after school 30, 40 times in that year. I love that movie, The Great Bambino.
Yeah, it's got a great soundtrack.
Forever.
It has a Cujo cameo in there.
Yeah, dude, that dog. It's so funny because like before like you meet the dog at the end, you're like, oh, it's a fun dog. Like that one where like the giant puppet of the dog comes up and eats the ball.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, snap.
What was the main character's name? What was his name in the movie?
Smalls is what they called him.
No, the tall, like the player, the guy was actually good.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Okay, I was like, is it Alex Rodriguez?
Benny Rodriguez.
Benny Rodriguez.
He wore shoes that would make you run faster and jump higher.
Yeah.
Than any other ones.
It's called Performance Enhancing Equipment.
PF Flyers.
PF Flyers. That was a good movie, though.
Yeah, dude, that movie was great.
But that's a quintessential American like childhood kind of movie.
Yeah, baseball. I remember it had what's his name in it? You're an asshole. Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary was the stepdad in that movie.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
When did it come out? Like the early 90s?
Yeah, I would probably say 95 is my guess, but maybe a year before.
But it's set in like the 50s.
Yes.
Or 60s. 50s? 60s?
Probably. I don't know, honestly. I'm guessing 60s.
And the old man who had the big dog, did he play for the Yankees?
Yeah, in universe. Yeah,
in universe,
it was what's his name, Darth Vader.
Yeah, it was Darth Vader.
What's his name? I know this. Mufasa.
No, it's not that.
James Earl Jones. He was Mufasa.
No,
it's not Mufasa. Yeah, I know.
You're thinking of the cartoon.
James Earl Jones. Yeah, but he was like blind because he took he got hit. He like took a pitch to the face.
Yeah, it's hard to be blind in both eyes though from a pitch.
And
he probably was drinking that moonshine.
But remember, he gave him the ball that was like signed by like the whole team,
all the Yanks.
And it's like, well, technically, the one signed by just Babe Ruth is worth more.
Yeah, it's like, do you have one with just the Babe signature?
Yeah, I wonder what that baseball would be worth now.
The baseball, like with all those signatures, or just the movie prop? Because the movie prop would probably be worth a little bit too.
It probably would be, but I'm talking about like the actual Babe Ruth signed baseball they took out of his stepdad's office, and that the dog got.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about those kind of collectibles. Obviously, they keep going up in value, but like, there's not any more Babe Ruth fans. You know, no one alive has seen Babe Ruth play.
True. I mean, true. But it's just like people are like, it would take like a huge just collector of the game. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I barely watch. I mean, I watched Michael Jordan play some when I was a kid. But someone's like, "Oh, here's a signed Michael Jordan jersey. Like it's gonna be, I'm gonna love it."
But Michael Jordan's still alive.
True.
Babe Ruth's been dead for like 80 years.
When did he
Jamie, when did Babe Ruth die? Baby Ruth.
'48.
Yeah. 53 years old.
He was born in the 1800s.
Yeah. No more of those fellers left, I guess. You'd be fucking 125 years old.
130 almost.
Well, it's 2024. If you were born in 1899, you'd be 125.
Yeah, but he was born in 1895.
Yeah, you'd be 130.
Just like every once in a while, they'll be like, there's someone in Botswana who claims to be 108 or like 126 years old.
See, it's the opposite of what's actually happening in baseball, where they're like it's like these 20-year-old, kids that are like, I'm 11.
Yeah, that's what happens in like the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
Let me see that birth certificate.
It's like in crayon.
That's funny.
Dude, I wish I could go back and I would do the same thing. If I could forge a birth certificate, they say I'm 16, I could go back and play high school football. It'd be fun.
Yeah, of course it would be.
Get hurt immediately.
Yeah. Oh, my back. I know something I was thinking about this week. So I was thinking about like I guess just like urban myths and stuff from my childhood. And I'm sure you remember this because you're way more into Pokemon than I am.
Yeah.
Do you remember with the original red and blue Pokemon games that there was like if you there's a legend that if you like moved the truck on some island that there would be a Mew under there.
Yeah.
I want to know like where the hell that came from, because I looked it up online and people are like, yeah, we had that same legend in Australia.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did it spread like in the days before most people were on the internet?
Maybe it was like a prank in like a magazine.
I don't know. Something happened. And it just spread from playground to playground. And then one of those snot-nosed kids like went to visit his cousin in Australia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like the whole world thinks that.
Yeah. You remember when people would say like, I made up that word. It's like, no, you didn't. It's like, I made up frickin' crap. I made that up.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, you didn't make up the word frickin'. Yeah, I did.
I do kind of remember that. Dude, kids just lie.
Yeah.
They love to lie. I was probably no better. I'm trying to think of something that I lied about.
Dude, here's something I did when I was a kid. We were on a family road trip, and I had to pee real bad, and I said, "Stop the car! I gotta piss."
What did your parents
And my
say?
mom was like, "Where did you hear that?" And it's like, I made it up.
I made it up.
I
learned it from you, Mom.
I combined pee and whiz.
Piss.
Piss. I gotta piss.
Yeah, dude. And it's like always because there's kids that you go to school with who parents don't care if they say piss.
Yeah.
But like your parents do. I came from a family that they didn't like you saying G's.
Jeez, because why? Because it means Jesus?
Yeah, because they thought it meant Jesus.
No, it meant goddamn.
It meant G's Louise.
It meant cheese. That's the other thing that kids love doing. They love like substituting cuss words. It's like
that's still fun.
Like what? Like flipping crap.
What the fudge?
What the fudge? Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. Okay, it's not as fun as I thought it would be.
I just like saying the word.
What the fudge?
What the fudge? I hate when clean comics. See, here's the thing with clean comics. Like, you can not cuss and, like, people don't even realize it. But if you, like, try to slip in those, like, fake cuss words.
Substitutions, yeah.
It's like, I'm like, what the frick? It's like, no. You just can't. You got to, like, work around that. You got to, like, just not say what. You got to not put yourself in that situation because you sound like you're in 5th grade.
You're being a real sock sucker.
Yeah. You're like, I was like, what the crap is this crap?
Sounds like a high school football coach trying not to cuss around his team.
Dude,
that's a bunch of crap out there.
Yeah, dude. Our coaches couldn't cuss.
Yeah, because he went to a Christian school.
Except one of them just did anyway. That guy I talked about last week, who was the coach at Memphis. He's like, no, I'm gonna cuss. That's my. This is the do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. I'm gonna cuss though.
I don't give a crap.
What the fuck are you boys doing playing pocket pool while we're working out? Oh, also, this guy was a professional wrestler when he was younger.
Like WWE professional.
Yes. Or like indie wrestling. I don't think he was like on TV,
What
but
was
he was
what was his persona?
like Mysterio or something.
Mysterio?
Like,
Rey
yeah.
Mysterio, I think, was a real wrestler.
No, it was like something like that. Let me see if I can pull him up.
I remember my high school coaches just being very much like they would cuss some, but it's like they were still like trying not to. And it was hilarious. Catch the dang football.
Okay, he has a wiki, Memphis Wrestling wiki page.
Wait a second. There's a Memphis Wrestling
Well,
wiki.
dude, Memphis Wrestling was like a big deal back
in like the
70s.
Yeah.
So
that was in the Righteous Gemstones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was known as the Iron Man, apparently.
Oh,
okay. Here's actually what we knew. We used to call him. He was also called Lord Humongous.
Lord Humongous. How big was he?
He was fucking giant, dude.
Like how tall?
Let me see.
Lord Humongous. It's like that video, that Humongous video. You know the one I'm talking about? It says my name is Humongous.
Yeah. Here's a
dude.
picture.
That's him.
Yes. I'll put.
He looks pretty scary.
Yeah, dude. He does look scary.
He's definitely like trying to rip off Jason.
Yes, for sure. I'll put this in the video, but yeah, Lord Humongous. That was our fucking strength coach.
He looks like he'd coach you. He'd coach you up.
Yeah, dude.
All right, team. What I want you to do is put your max on the bar, put on your 1970s hockey mask, and get to lifting.
Yeah, dude. You can't hardly like try to teach people about being men, or like you can't be like homophobic when you're like, no, you oiled yourself up and put a mask on and called yourself Lord Humongous. Like, I think I can do theater. Okay, like,
dude, I did theater my senior year, and I was like pretty good at it, and my coach did not like it.
Yeah, mine didn't either. I was a well-rounded kid, you know.
It's like, well, I'm not good enough at football. Like,
yeah,
and like you know, apples to apples, I was better at theater probably than I was at football. And I wasn't bad at football necessarily, but like I was pretty good at acting and stuff when I was, you know, in school. You know, is not very deep competition. But.
Yeah. No, it was theater was fun. You know, kind of like set me up to like get over some stage fright.
Yeah, me too. I think
it's good to like not be. That's the thing, man. People are like so afraid to talk in front of crowds. Even like talking in front of like there's this person at work today. She's like freaking out because she had to like present something. I'm like, this is literally nothing. Like,
yeah, it's so weird because like so many people's like, oh, what's your number one fear? Public speaking. And it's like, oh, well, I do that for all the time by choice.
Yeah, there's that Seinfeld joke. I think it's Seinfeld. It's like, the number one fear is public speaking. Number two is death. So at the funeral, the worst place to be is giving the eulogy.
That does sound like a Seinfeld joke.
Yeah.
What else? K-Moss.
You said you had some stuff written down you want to talk about.
I've already
blew it up.
You
already blew your load.
I already slightly mentioned them.
I've been playing a lot of games, man.
Yeah. What's that name you've been calling? The Starship Troopers game?
Helldivers.
It's
really fun, man. You need to get like a PS5. You should buy a PS5 and play this game with me.
Helldivers.
It's a lot of fun. You just go kill bugs and robots and shit. But no, I want to talk about... let's talk about some of our favorite games from back in the day.
Video games? Okay, easy peasy.
What was let's not talk not rehashing the same stuff we talked about with Zelda. But remember one of the games that like really made me go nuts when I was like a teenager was Skyrim.
I didn't play Skyrim until I was like probably 20.
Really?
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I love Skyrim. Trying to think of what other games. I mean, that like I really got into.
Minesweeper.
Yeah, that's a fun one. ATV Off-Road Fury.
Did you ever play that game? Did you ever play like Flash games growing up?
Oh yeah, the one where you're like the penguin and you gotta like jump or slide, and like you slide farther and farther, and you spend your points on like upgrades.
Yeah,
dude, I would just play that for hours.
Yeah, man,
it was a lot of fun. By the end, I have a penguin with a hang glider with a rocket attached to it.
Did you ever play the Gorillas game?
No.
What?
Like Gorilla's the animal?
No, Gorilla's the band.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. The Gorillas. It was basically like a driving game where you just like listen to. Was it I'm happy, feeling glad I got sunshine. What was this? Is it Clint
In a
Eastwood?
bag. I don't remember the name of the song, but yeah,
It's
that's
one
the
of
way it
those
goes.
Gorilla songs, and you just drive around in a Jeep, and the whole band's in the Jeep with you, and you like go off ramps and like it's kind of like just Grand Theft
Like
Auto
a crazy
3.
taxi or something.
Yeah, kind of, but there's no one else around, just like you and a bunch of like an interstate highway system.
I played that one game where you like you're on like a dirt bike and you have to go like through these like seemingly impossible little obstacle courses, but it was just like 2D, and you'd be like, you'd have to like level it out and like climb or whatnot.
I don't remember that one. I think we've had different Flash games.
Yeah, I'm a few years older than you.
What about yeah, that's true. Might be part of it. What about did you ever play did you ever get those like old school like Atari like things you buy at the store that just have like all these Atari games in them?
Yes, and they're so bad.
Oh, dude, I loved them, man.
Which one are you talking about?
Like Breakout and Pong.
Pong, I remember Pong.
Breakout was so fun. You had like the little wheel. You could dude, it would still be fun.
Remember those games that you could get? That was just like it's like football, Teleco football.
Yeah, on like a handheld thing.
Yeah, or like basketball, and it would just be like little like black pixels.
Yeah,
just like
and
there was no way to know what was going on.
They don't explain the rules. That's the thing about games back in the day. Like the advent of the tutorial didn't come around until like 2003.
Yeah,
like we're like you just better know how to play the game because you're just gonna die. Even children's games were hard as fuck.
And it was even worse like back before, like way before us, like in the original like arcade craze. And it's just like, oh, well, it costs 25 cents.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I immediately die, and you gotta like watch the person who goes in front of you to see what mistakes they made.
Dude, because like that would be like spending like $1 per life now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It would be.
It's like no, fuck that. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go read a book. My cheapness would keep me from playing video games.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the thing about games is like the more I play, the less the game costs per hour of entertainment.
That's a good way to look at it.
I guess.
It's a good thing to tell your wife when you when you buy 5 new video games in a month.
I know. I haven't bought that many. I bought 3. I've been playing. But I beat Star Wars Battlefront Classic.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I played that one some too.
I've gotten some good time that I held.
Oh, that was one that I was really into back in the day on the PS2.
PS2, man.
That one was a blast.
Grand Theft Auto.
I liked a lot of the Star Wars games. Like, I remember playing Star Wars Episode 3, the game.
Yeah.
It was a blast. Oh, I know which ones. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Those hack and slash games.
Yeah.
Dude, dozens. I don't know how many hours. So many hours.
Just play through the whole game.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
That was a great game to rent. You know what I mean? Because I don't think we might have had it eventually, but it was a great game because you can just like play the whole game.
Yeah, I let this friend of mine's younger brother borrow it, and I never got it back.
Damn, dude.
That's okay.
Let's go get him.
Yeah. He swear to God, he's a UFC fighter now, so maybe we should.
We could take him if we both get him.
If we bring a gun.
How many like normal people would it take to beat a UFC fighter?
I say UFC. He's a mixed martial artist.
Okay.
How many people to beat normal people?
Yeah. How many like average Joes would it take to beat like Conor McGregor? But it's the same weight class. So if Conor McGregor's like 165, it's just like 165-pound dudes that are like normal dudes that have never been trained.
I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be hard for him to beat 3 people.
I was thinking 3 or 4.
4, I think it's going to be next to impossible.
Yeah.
Especially if then they're all coming at him at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he might knock one. So it's just like you circle him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, it's not a fair fight.
Here's the thing I think might make it harder for the average Joes. If he knocks one of them out with a kick immediately, it's going to really hurt the morale.
Which, no, that's going to happen.
It's going to hurt the morale of the other 3.
One of y'all is going to get knocked out so fast.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, you think you can beat me? And then just bam.
Yeah.
And you just got to, one of them's got to take the fall.
Yeah, it would either be like 3 or 4 people, or it would take like 12.
It's like that question. Nah, it's not going to take 12. It's like that question is like how many toddlers would it take to overwhelm you?
1, I think. 1 would be enough.
Because you're just too afraid to fight back.
No, just because it's like they're annoying. I don't know. It's just I give up. I concede.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It's better questions like 5-year-olds or like kindergartners.
Here's one that I always thought. You're in an open warehouse, like a video game style open warehouse. You have like an AR-15.
Yeah.
How many baboons? Just like they start coming in waves. 1 baboon, 2 baboons.
Do you have
3.
clips? Like you have like fully
Yeah.
loaded magazines? Okay.
How far do you think you could take it?
I think I could kill like 15 when it starts going to like 15, because then at some point like
you have to
they'll
change
get
your
to
clip.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. As soon as you start having to change clips, then it might be tough. Magazines.
Yeah. All right. Here's one. How many pit bulls could you fend off with a samurai sword?
That's the same. I think it's the same question as Conor McGregor versus average
About
Joes.
the same amount. Yeah.
I think about 3. As soon as like one of them can come from behind.
Yeah,
I would just do the Link thing from Smash Bros. And just grab it and spin. I would just start spinning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would be a human katana. Or a human like a Shoryuken.
Dude, it's so funny how Link doesn't talk any in the games, but like he just says, yeah,
Yeah.
like he just makes those kind of noises.
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
But no, I would never do that because I love dogs. I did, dude. There are sometimes.
I almost said lionesses instead of pit bulls,
Yeah, that's.
but like that seems even harder.
it's way harder. A lioness is.
I still think I got one,
Oh, you could get one. I think if you maybe not though.
but
maybe.
they just like weigh so much. If it like pounces you and you do this thing where and it like pounces the sword, it's like okay, now there's a 190-pound lion, 200-pound lion on top of you. How much does an average lioness weigh?
You got to get a producer.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, you were way off. 330 to 550.
God dang!
No, wait, that's for males.
Yeah, males are
For
gonna...
females is 265 to 400 pounds.
Yeah, dude. If that thing just even if you kill it dead weight on top of you, that other one's just gonna take your head and crush it.
You know, like if you so like that's funny. That's a pretty big range. 265 to 400.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if like aliens are like, how much do people weigh?
Yeah, and it's like anywhere between 125 to 700 pounds.
Yeah, 100 to 600 pounds. It's like what?
Yeah, once they get to 600, they get to be on a TV show.
Yeah, I think it would probably say like 1 to 300 pounds.
Yeah, average. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um,
Because like I mean,
See, here's the thing. I think that the average weight of an American is going up. But like when you think of like when you say like, oh, the average person weighs like 180, like a normal size like grown man, like 6 foot tall man weighs 180. Dude, I would be like very thin at 180.
yeah, but like you're tall.
Yeah, but still, like I would be in like good shape at 200 pounds.
Yeah, you would be.
I'm gonna try to get there.
Well, it's like interesting how much bigger, not even not weight wise, but height wise,
Yeah,
like the average American male is than was before.
yeah. It's because the short kings aren't.
It's like before World War One, it's like everyone was like 5'5".
Yeah, it's because the short kings aren't reproducing at the rate they once were.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably the hormones in the chicken.
It probably is, dude. Dude, I like I would when I was in elementary school, I would drink like 2 chocolate milks with my lunch every day.
Yeah.
And the lunch lady's like, you know, every kid I see do that. They always get really tall. I was like, yeah, it's probably because this is like just the cheapest milk they can supply us with. It's just full of hormones.
Probably.
Um,
Man, it's so funny how in the school cafeteria, it's like, okay, you like almost all the drink options are milk.
yeah. It's not even. I don't think water is an option. At least water was not an option when I was a kid.
It probably is now because of thanks Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama wants kids to drink water instead of milk.
Instead of chocolate milk.
It's like the option. Here's what was so crazy about school lunches. The options were like, you have 3 options: milk, chocolate milk, or strawberry milk.
Yeah.
Dude, who came up with strawberry milk?
And also, I think you could get 2% or whole.
Yeah.
Strawberry milk is good. The Nesquik Corporation is who came up with strawberry milk.
Probably so, but it's like
pretty good.
Does it have any strawberries in it?
No.
Probably not.
No. But I mean, neither does like a strawberry Jolly Rancher.
True, but they don't. The government doesn't endorse it.
They don't say Jolly Ranchers makes your bones strong.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, it shouldn't be like strawberry milk. It should be like Red Dye 20 milk.
Red Dye 20 milk. Remember that? I think that was a urban legend too about like the red dye number whatever. Do you remember that one?
No, not really. I mean, I know people will get upset about the red dye.
It's like a bunch of people. Like I just remember like on the playground, like 12-year-olds being like, "If you drink Mountain Dew, it'll make your penis small."
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Like the fupa,
the fupa.
I thought you were gonna say it was like made of bugs, because that was urban legend. Basically, everything was either made of poop or bugs.
It was made of poop. What was made of poop?
Mascara. They're like, mascara's made of bat poop, which maybe
guano.
It is. See, I don't even know. I don't even know truth from fiction anymore.
I like how we have different names to like sort out different animal poops.
Yeah,
like manure.
Caca.
Manure is like horse or cattle is manure.
Manure is poop you can sell.
But like bat poop is called guano.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a little too appetizing for my opinion. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like guano.
Guano sounds like a flavor of ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. Like pistachio. What flavors do you have? We have butter pecan, mint chocolate chip, guano.
Can I do 2 scoops of guano?
A little half scoop.
Can I do 2 scoops of guano with sprinkles on it?
Sprinkles, a little bit with the chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
But the other word for it is caca, right?
Caca. I think so, but that was always seemed more of like a slang.
Okay, but do you remember that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes, I never saw it, but I do remember it. I think a sequel to it either just came out or
like
is about
several
to come
years
out.
ago, I think.
No, another one.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like the bigger, fatter Greeker wedding or something.
Yeah.
Too fat, too big, too Greek.
I think it's called like My Big Fat Greek Family Vacation or something like that.
Well, in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which here's the thing about like growing up with divorced parents. It's like at my dad's house, we just had like Western movies, and at my mom's house, we just had like chick flicks. And so we watched
My Big Fat Greek Wedding a lot.
I watched that a lot. And there's a part in it when the main character like brings her lunch to school, and she's like, "It's moose caca," and I'm like, "Is she eating?" Like that's the thing. Is like she was eating moose poop. It's like I don't think that's a Greek thing. I think that's a fucking fetish thing.
Was she eating moose poop in the movie?
Let me see.
Because if so, your mom should not let you watch that. Awaken something in me.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure it was just like a name for like mousse, like chocolate pudding or something. Mousse, like chocolate mousse. Mousse caca.
Okay, it's not actually moose poop. I thought it was.
That's so funny. Oh.
It's not moose caca, it's moose caca.
Moussaka.
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 Okay, I'm literally like, I thought it was moose poop.
This whole time, Andrew just had a revelation.
I thought they were sending this girl to school with like poop in her lunchbox.
Thought it was like a scatological masterpiece.
Yeah. No, thankfully it didn't awaken anything in me. That's the thing, man. You got to be careful with kids. You don't want to
Moose caca.
awaken anything in them.
Brew, huh?
You want them to be. You don't want your kids to be woke.
Yeah.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding made me woke to eating poop.
Just like woke. Woke is like everything now.
Yeah, it is. That's what it kind of is.
My kid's so walk, he doesn't even stop at red lights anymore.
My kid's so walk. Is that what you said?
I probably walk. My walk.
Oh, dude, here's something I've been doing lately that's been weird. Okay, so I've been doing this 75 hard thing, but I haven't been following all the rules, so it's called 75 soft, I guess. But I've been doing everything except reading nonfiction because I'm not a scientist or a lawyer. But one of the things, you have to exercise outside for an hour every day, or 45 minutes as one of your exercises. You have to do 2 exercises. And so it was raining last night, and I went and me and Kevin went on a walk. Kevin's my dog.
In the rain?
No, we went on a walk at 11 o'clock last night.
Oh, wow.
PM.
Well, does it count? Like, you've got a screened-in back porch right here. Could you, like, make some room there and do some, like, push-ups or something? Does that count?
Probably. I guess it would. I need to call the guy that started it.
Yeah, excuse me.
Ain't Mr. 75 Hard?
Can I speak to Mr. Hard?
Mr. Hard, can I do push-ups on my patio? I don't want to get my hair wet.
Is it covered? Is it a covered patio?
Yeah, it's covered.
Nope.
Nope.
It's called 75 Pussy.
Dude, some of it is... Okay, so one of the rules is you have to read nonfiction books, like self-help books. And this is the
Do
part...
they have to be self-help? They can't be history or something?
It's supposed to be something that's going to, like, make your life better, I guess. But here's the thing. The guy that started it writes self-help books. So that's the part that I'm like, this is a scam.
Yeah.
Like, he wants you... I don't know, dude.
It's like, and on the 75th day, you have to convince one of your friends to do 75 hard.
Yeah, right.
And then they convince 2 friends. It's like, dude, the biggest pyramid scheme that I've ever been involved in is stand-up comedy. It's just like, okay, you start a mic and you run it for a while, and then you convince other people to start mics, and then they start mics, and then before you know it, you have a comedy scene.
Well, here's the thing about stand-up comedy being a pyramid scheme. It's just the same $50, just people are handing back and forth.
Yeah, it's like that Three Stooges sketch where it's like, hey, you owe me $10.
Oh, here you go.
And you owe me $10.
Oh, thank you.
Here's that other $10, yeah.
Literally, the money never leaves Venmo. Like,
yeah, it's so funny. It's pretty true.
Like, I got paid for a show the other day, and I'm like just keeping it in Venmo because I'm like, I know I'm going to pay this guy for this show in a couple weeks, so I'm just don't even have to worry about the changing.
Yeah, I left some money in Venmo for like months.
Yeah,
but I mean that's good, I guess, if I don't need it.
I guess so.
We fucked up again.
It's our camera's fault. It's not our fault.
It got cut off during a riveting conversation. What were we even talking about?
No idea, man. It was like an hour ago.
But we let the camera charge just so we could say our goodbyes to you fun folks.
Yeah, and played a game of Madden in the meantime, and
I lost.
Yeah, Matt's too sad.
We ought to start getting on Twitch with this shit.
Yeah, right.
No, for real.
We'll do
we'll get the dude. I bet there's some really good Madden players on that.
Yeah, we get laughed at how bad we are at Madden.
Probably. But all you folks out there in TV land, hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, we'll clip it up and see you guys next week.
Take care.
Bye.